Okay, so Autumn. Hey, Nan. Hi, Ann. Excited to be here. My question is there any hope for my current romantic relationship? How can I help it? If not, do you see me meeting anyone in the future? Well, you're going to meet a lot of people in the future. So the question really is, for all of these kinds of questions, is what do you need to attune your frequency to, your vibration to? So that's what I want you to think about, is dialing like a safe, that old-fashioned safe, or those locks on your lockers where you dial one way and dial back a code in, right? Is dialing into who you are. So readiness for romance is very present for you. And okay, so all right, so let's all relax and receive, because there's a message coming in for everyone around this topic of love relationships. Love relationships are changing dramatically. How they're structured, who you're open to having them with. It's way beyond gender, it's way beyond age, it's way beyond a family structure, parents living separately or having more than one full family or living in different towns or places or homes or different places, and all the things that we've seen unfold. These are breaking up the way that you think about yourself, how you connect, how you live, what's important, what feeds you. Your love relationships are the same thing. Is it optimal to have one, to have several, to have one and only be with someone you feel like is the future? Is it optimal to be in flow, to give yourself several experiences? Is it optimal to say, no, I pass, this isn't the optimal time for me? Or is it optimal to stay and try to make something work? Is it optimal to back away and unhook and not have codependency, not have needs, not have fears, or look honestly at the fears of, what if I ended this relationship? What if I moved on? What would that be like? How would that feel? How would that make me feel? Why do I want to stay? What are the attachments I have to this relationship? Is it money? Is it safety? Is it not being alone? Am I feeling more called to being alone, more called to become something I can't inside this relationship? Is this relationship complete? Is this relationship done? Is it time for this relationship to change how it is? Is it in person? Should it not be? Is it constant? Should it be intermittent or seasonal? Is it something that has run its course and needs to be buried and left behind, or graciously honored, revered, and moved on with the journey? Is it one to stay in touch with? Is it not? What are the energies that are heavy and aren't lifting me up and allowing me to be myself and move, evolve, and become? And what part of the energies in this relationship really are lifting me up, really are helping me expand, really are helping me grow? Am I growing through the pain? Am I growing through the struggle of speaking up, saying what I mean, asking for what I want? Am I growing through the pain of, this isn't working for me anymore, I want out, but I'm afraid? Am I growing through that? Or has the growth stopped? Have I just hit a wall and it's time to make a decision and take an action? Is it time to speak up? Is it time not to speak up? Do I need more loving acceptance of myself or this other person? What am I in this relationship for? Why is this relationship a part of my life? How did it form? Who have I become since I've been in it? Do I like who I've become? Has it helped me expand? Am I making excuses for that other person? Am I trying to make that relationship into something that just isn't there? Do I feel frustrated or unfulfilled? Do I feel like I do everything? Do I feel like I'm over giving or over wanting? Do I feel unseen, ignored, disrespected? Do I feel respected, honored, loved, seen? Do I feel unwilling and unable to receive the love from this relationship? Is the resistance or problem in my ability to receive, or is it my hanging on or trying to change? Is there a relationship that would be optimal for me at this time? I am ready and willing to open to the optimal relationship in love. Is that one? Is that many? Is that here? Is that somewhere else? Am I on a journey to meet it? Is there something I can do today? Or am I meant to just be joyfully on my journey in the present moment? How do I stay open to the most optimal partner, to the most optimal, wonderful, expansive, loving, soul-enhancing experience and relationship while trying to get through each day? How do I get past feeling lonely, feeling judging of myself, my body, my worth, my money, my situation? Do I believe I can have a powerful, beautiful, loving relationship? Does part of me feel afraid to let go and be alone? Because what if? But how do I open to receive if I don't let go? How do I keep the past negative experiences and relationships from limiting me, from keeping me allowing myself to trust, to open, to play full out? Is it time to play full out and enter this or another relationship? Is it time to pull back, to go within, to spend more time alone, to go on a trip, to separate, to move into a place where I see less of this person, or I do less projects with them? If I watch how much I think about them, how much are they in my head? Do they make my decisions? Am I really being who I'm designed to be in this relationship? Or am I trying to be something that I think I need to be or that they want me to be? What is the ideal relationship for me? How would it feel if I was accepted, expressed fully, loved for who I was, able to enjoy and expand and feel safe and grounded, protected and loved? Free to trust in that person to love me and to be here and to release shame and guilt and jealousy and lack. Who is my soulmate? Is this soulmate someone that I'm meant to meet right now? Am I willing to hear whether it's time to focus on meeting? Am I ready to hear? Is it time to change or end a relationship? Am I ready and willing to hear what it is that I need to release, accept, remember, reveal, transform, become, be, receive? I'm ready and willing to connect to my relationship blueprint of my soul's optimal at this time and in this life. I'm ready and willing to explore a relationship. And I'm ready to be guided to the best way for that to unfold with me now. Existing or new, temporary or permanent, known or unknown. What is the optimal way for me to free myself from my limits and the blocks in my sensors and receptors to love that is freely expressed, given, received, shared, and enjoyed? I am now a clear and open channel to the relationship and the path that is optimal for me at this time in love and self-love, empowering me onto the next optimal step of my path. I'm committed to listen, let go, stay still, or take action, be present. I am guided by my heart, my higher self, my soul's blueprint, my I am presence, and my divine guides. I graciously give thanks and receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was awesome. So we'll definitely edit that section out. That is that's the distinction. Sometimes it's hard to see between an Ask Anything and a soul reading, although we did a lot. There were questions that did turn into some specific people readings, but they were still couched in energy that was good for all of us. But that was any kind of question about romantic love or being loved. It's always a question to ourselves about who am I being, or what do I need to let go of? What beliefs do I need to let go of before I can open and receive, see, accept? You could have the relationship of your soulmate right next to you, but you can't see it. You're not willing to receive it. They don't look the way that they're meant to look, or you don't feel worthy of it, or whatever. So that's why getting out of the plans and getting out of that, I would re-listen to that and it was a series of questions that as you ask them, they're going to open doorways, solutions. Energy should have been coming into all of you, did come into all of you, whether you received it or not, information that you could receive amazing guidance. You might not know it right now and later feel something moving in your body. Beautiful. So that was primarily around the love relationship, and whether it's current or someone in the future, of course. There's so many potential, future, whatever you want to call it, potential really is better. Love relationships, lovers. It's really the energy you're in, the path you take, the choices you make. When I met Chris, I wasn't looking for a soulmate. I was in the middle of a separation going towards a divorce. I was enjoying my freedom. I was losing weight and losing heaviness and having a really wonderful time enjoying being myself, being alone, doing a lot of inner work. And I met Chris. I felt him first. I could feel the energy for a few months. Then I met him and I was like, is that him? Well, maybe it's this guy over here. And I was doing business with people around the world. And I was like, but I don't want anybody. So my intention that this wasn't the right time, your intention, that's not the right age, the right gender, the right person, the right moment, they have kids, I don't want kids, or whatever it is, if you're putting limits on the situation, then your optimal may not come in. Or at this time, your optimal may mean a hot, sexy affair with somebody who's, affair, not inside of a relationship. Please, break the relationship off before. Or have an agreement. You can have many relationships at once. Maybe that's what's optimal for you right now to get your what's that called? Your mojo back. Get your mojo back. Get your vibe back. Get get in your body and feel that energy. And maybe what you need is a safe, loving presence. I know one of my clients said, I know why I married my husband, because he was safe. He was kind, and I knew he would never abuse me or my children because she came from that background. But she knew she never loved him. Now there's coming to the moment when she's ready for love, and a different kind of love, even though there is a sort of a love there, working together to have a safe family environment. None of them are right or wrong. So let go of your ideas, your perceptions, your limits, your that can't and I won't and this shouldn't. And be in the flow. Ask yourself these questions. See what comes up. Open to guidance around it. There may be clearing. It might be 3 years of clearing, of having different relationships that you learn something from in each one. I remember one client had a relationship end, and when she filtered through it, there was just one thing left. And she said, oh, I'm just going to miss the peace. We could just be together. We could just sit together. There was a comfort of being with somebody. There wasn't any force. There wasn't a need to talk. There was just this comfort of being there. I'm really going to miss that. Well, that's what you were meant to understand from that relationship. You were probably completing something. You were probably remembering something. You were probably maybe getting triggered for something so that you can move into being this clear and open channel strong enough in the capacity to receive. You have to be able to receive. And this is the biggest thing that is the barrier between people receiving their soulmate or their ideal job or the guidance to where to live. Any of that is the receiving part. Are you receiving? Are you listening? That's why I'm doing the intuitive summer camp. It's time to take this and say, yes, okay, I want to listen. I want to hear. I want my own inner guidance, because I can do a reading with you or I can work with you. And what I do is facilitate. And then you go and you work with that stuff. And then I help see it and change it and clear it and bring a new experience through and facilitate the new training. It's like a training. But you're the one living your life. You're the only one in your mind, and you're the only one in your head. You're the only one deciding the meaning of what's happening. You're the only one being obsessed with, I need to know now, or I want this now, or wow, the freedom of just being in the flow and seeing what comes up. What feeds your soul? What feels good in the moment? And if it feels, oh yeah, this feels good, make sure you look deeper. Is it an ego good? Is it, I'm being restricted? So when I met Chris, I started realizing more and more, no, I think this is it. And I actually went to a mentor at the time. And he was a mentor for a business that I was in, and he was also a mentor for my hypnosis mastery. And we had a lot in common. And I went to him more as a friend, and I told him the situation. I said, I'm in the middle of a separation. I know I'm going to want to get divorced. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want people to know. I don't want it to look like I'm cheating. I don't really want another relationship right now. But this just won't go away, and it keeps becoming more and more clear to me. And his advice was very wise. He said, decide to play full out or get out. If you only do it halfway, then you're never going to know. If you're only like, well, I'll try, but I'll hold back, but I'll doubt, and I'll do this. So choose, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to play within the relationship full out. And if it's 2 days or 2 months and that's it, then I'll take what it was, or I'll see what is inside there. Or I just say, no, I'm not going to do it at all, right? Don't dip your toe in. I highly recommend that in most of these things in life, because it's going to change moment to moment, moment to moment. Somebody might come into I have a beautiful client in England who, gosh, she's been with me for so long, on and off. She came to me for spiritual business coaching years and years and years and years ago. It was awesome. She's amazing. Changed her business and her structure and kept her from having to drive around 10 hours a day, and just all kinds of things changed. And then she went off and had life, and we didn't talk for a few years, and she married a guy and had a baby, and they went through a lot of abuse, and came back around into my world and said, guidance told me I needed to connect to you again, and I really need help. And she joined the Light Body, the Light Body School, and she now has the love of her life, who loves her kids. She has the most joyful and amazing experience from when she joined Light Body School a couple of years ago to last year, I think, was when this relationship really budded. But in the middle, she had to learn her energy, move her energy, understand her states, do the cleansing and clearing, start to go out, go dancing by herself, because that was joyful to her, instead of waiting for somebody to do it with. And she would text me and say, I think I found my Chris. I think I found my soulmate. He's this, he's this, he's this. And she would play full out. She would dive into it. And a few weeks or few months, she would realize that it wasn't. But there was something very powerful she got from it. And yes, she might be a little sad or something, but she moved through it. She used the tools of continuing to move her energy and understand complete patterns, create more of a clear and clear connection to the part of her that said, oh, I really like that, I want that, and I'm ready for this, and I'm ready for this. And when she met this one, she was actually in a state where she was just like, hey, let's just play. This guy looks amazing. He looks fun. But instead of jumping to the conclusion, this is him, she was more like, hey, let's play. I really like your vibe. You like my vibe. And it's bloomed into the most joyful. I love to get messages from her about the joyful, delightful things they've created in the house and in the garden. And he's converted his car into this magical thing that the kids go to camping in. And there's so much joy and bliss in her life. So she was seeking along the way, but she was doing her work. She was learning and expanding her senses. She was letting things come up. She was learning to sit with what came up, to accept with it. And that clearing and self-discovery is the most powerful part of you meeting the soulmate, the love. It's not like you have to go through the trials. There are energies or relationships that need completing or need to pass off some information, okay? Or you might be still carrying too much doubt about, what if I date another abuser, and you date another abuser and you go, see, I can't trust. No, that's because you still have that energy within you, and so therefore you are attracting it, okay? Okay. We're going to, wow, is it really already that long? We're going to close now. Beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone. This was such a joy to play together. And next week we'll edit some of these out, especially this relationship guide. It's almost like a process to use. So let's go ahead and give great thanks. Give great thanks for this moment, this place, for all of this information, for this healing, for all of the beautiful people here, for Nicaea's daughter, for the guides, for this awakening. And we ask for this clear and open channel to the truth, to the revelation, to the illumination, to continue to light our path as we step into our day. To allow this inner love and acceptance of what is optimal for me in this moment. It is already here. I'm willing to receive it. The inspiration, the energies, the ideas, the support, whatever it is. Be open, receptive, willing to receive, and giving graciously. May the circle be open yet unbroken. And this beautiful illumination and clarity, connection, go with us in every step, breath, thought, and touch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. Beautiful blessings. I so appreciate you. I so appreciate you being here. Let me see. Oh, good. Sun and Moon said, I'm new here. It was miraculously you appeared on my email. I love hearing that. So we try our best to keep these questions. And thank you. Ebony says, that's beautiful. Thank you. Wow. Truly awesome. Thank you. Yay. It was answered. Sun and Moon said, it answered my question. The energy was so strong. Thank you. Oh, good. I love to hear that. Thank you, too. Thank you, Maria. And I'm going to copy this, and hopefully I'll be able to, we'll keep this. We'll see if it's letting me copy it. There we go. And we will either the next time we do readings, or sometimes the answer comes through and I create a video, or sometimes I even have sent people a private email if information comes through. But I'm sure that everybody receives something beautiful. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. I hope I see you in the intuition camp. I hope I see you next week at, what are we doing next week? We're doing, intuition and chakras. So I'll see you live then. And in the meantime, be blessed, love yourself, and spread this light. Bye-bye.